Our political system is rigged against us. Joe Biden has a pitiful 39% approval rating. Think about that. If you had a 39% for anything, would you be getting by in life? 39% on the test, 39% of days that you're at work. Like, 39% is not a winning number. And yet, the incumbent president insists on running again. Well, let me tell you how that's going to go, because currently, Donald Trump, the guy who's under a bunch of indictments, has just been ordered to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in fines, who incited their followers to storm the Capitol and got a bunch of regular people arrested, is currently up like 8 or 9 points in the polls. This is getting ridiculous, people. It just shows me how much the American system has decayed. I mean, goodness, even 20 years ago, we had reasonable government. We had, I hope, presidents who weren't criminals. But this has been called into question for Joe too. This whole stuff with his kids, at least dropping his name around everywhere and getting money. Now, that doesn't mean that Joe necessarily did anything wrong. But let me tell you, I haven't been able to get on board with Joe Biden from day one. Not only because, it always seemed like they were trying a little too hard to play him up as like Barack's cool white sidekick. But then you look back into Joe's history a little bit, and he came from Delaware, so all the credit card companies, are on Joe's side. Joe was an author of the 1993 crime bill, and Joe touches little girls inappropriately. Like, come on. You've seen the photo shoots, right? You've seen the video. How can we ignore this? Not to forget, they're both geriatric. So we've got two 80-year-olds running to be president that no one wants in the Oval Office. The political system in the United States of America does not represent the will of the people. And you know what? It doesn't take widespread voter fraud. It doesn't take corrupt politicians, though we have plenty of those. What we are fighting is an apparatus from the parties themselves to the media that decides to prop up the candidates that they want, the candidates that serve corporate interests and the donor class rather than everyday Americans. And you know what? I think it's a goddamn shame. If you liked what you heard, subscribe, come on.